Hi, how are you today? This is Jilly Bling, and I have a card to share. It's a tonal card. So I did a tonal card probably about a week or 2 weeks ago, and I was showing the girlfriends, and they're like, I love that. And I was doing it in a Gotta Have It box. And a Gotta Have It box is when you order the bundle, and then you get the 5 cards for free. So not everyone was getting it. So because I heard so many, oh my gosh, I love it, I thought, you know what? I think it needs to be a monthly project layout. So this is a tunnel card. So which one do you like? I know, they're all the same but different. So this is today's project. This one, I had all the pieces in front of me and the butterflies. Well, that one's not supposed to be crooked. Okay, put glue on them. Okay, I'll put glue on those to hold them in place. So all the pieces were just laying in front of me, and these ended up this way, and I thought, do I dare put 3 butterflies on there? Oh my gosh, it's getting so busy, but I might like this one best. But I do like this one because it's kind of simple. Okay, so let's do this one. See, but I like that one too. So whatever you like, they're all similar. So this is all about lovely and lasting bundle. And you're like, there's dies to go with that? There's a punch that fits this, and it's called Lasting Label Punch. I'll also use Flowers of Friendship, mostly for the words. And then Timeless Tiles. I've had this, used it a few times, love it, but that's for this background. And are you like, wait a minute, there's tiles there, there's tiles here. Which one? This one that I got a little crazy on? Look right here in the background. I just did it navy on navy, so it's just a hint of, and yeah, I did this one after I had the card all put together, so you could tell. Didn't stamp it very good, but it's just supposed to be a random background. This one is nice. Okay, I like them all. So those are the dies. This is the punch. So, stylish shapes we'll be using for the big stitched circle. And beautiful shapes is used for, oh, that's another thing, is the inside. This right here. And see this little embossed area? That's kind of indented, just a little bit of detail. So it cuts it into a perfect circle, but then it adds that little detail. I'll show you the die in just a minute. It's used there. It's used on all of them. Okay, so that's beautiful shapes. And then this might be one of my new favorite die sets. It's called Designer Tags. It's got great tags, of course, but hey, what's that little rose thrown in there? Cute. And hey, there's a cute butterfly thrown in there. That's perfect for this card. Doesn't that make, could you imagine this without the butterfly on it? It would be a snooze. Butterfly makes it. Okay, so those are the dies. The punch. Oh, and this bundle is in your annual catalog. I know we have the holiday catalog and everyone is doing stuff there, but this was just speaking to me. Lovely in linen. So you're like the whole product suite for $57. That includes all the items listed below. So that is the stamp set, the punch, and the designer paper, and this embossing folder. Quarter foil tile. I love that embossing folder. I keep using it, so it's being busy right now. And the bundle, look at this. Who could ever get a bundle for $36? So of course that has a 10% discount because you're combining the 2 items together. But usually bundles with dies are over $50. So this is a great bundle to get. And this label, you can use it for so many things. Oh, and just as an FYI, I know I'm going off track. See how this is beige? When there's a beige background behind a stamp, and that is a stamp, that means there's a punch that will punch that out. When there is a, well, maybe they changed it. It used to be when it's gray in the background, that means that there's a die. But you know what, looking at all these, okay, back up, little minor change. If it has a shaded background, that means that there's something that coordinates to punch it out. Ooh, this one, all of those, they could get punched out with a set of dies. Okay, learn something new all the time. So, we'll be using the stamp set, the punch, and the paper, but not the folder. But you could get all of that for $57. Then it's celebration time. You get a free item. Okay, let's go. You're like, what is all this stuff? So this is when you punch your circle out, just put it in the bag and you can use it, or you could put it in here and someone else can use it, or if you see a whole bunch of them, you could take them, however you like. We'll be using pearls for a little decoration, tear tape for attaching the ribbon. This ribbon is on back order until July 25th, so not too much longer, and it is called Natural Finishes ribbon, and it is lovely. Look how soft it is. This goes with the Abigail Rose or Cottage Rose bundle. Very nice. Papers. So I have white paper, a little square, because all of these I planned on using this punch-out paper, where you just stamp on here, put the die on top, make the circle a little bit smaller, and put it right into there. But I kept messing up. So it ended up that there's enough white paper so everyone can have a white circle in there. But the plan is to do it in the brown. So that's what that's all about. Let's see if we could do it in the brown. But we'll do that in just a minute. Okay, I'm going to get started. I'm just going to stamp the flower. I know what to do, the flower. So I have the flower on Stamparatus. And I usually do that when I fear that I stamp it, I'm not going to get a good enough image. So if I put it on Stamparatus, it's easy to stamp it twice. But every time I stamped it, it worked out just perfectly. So maybe Stamparatus isn't needed, but it sure is convenient. So push everything into the corner, put your paper there. Oh, and the ink colors for today, Pale Papaya, Crumb Cake, Evening Evergreen, Sweet Sorbet, and Soft Succulent. Okay, so this is going to go in Sweet Sorbet. I really like this color. And just in case I have to stamp it again, make sure it's in the corner and stamp it. It's good for big backgrounds, like that, the tile we're going to do next. But the tile, I'm fine if that doesn't have a perfect image. So, see, it stamped it perfect. If I didn't get full coverage, like it's a little bit light there, I could ink it again, close the door, have it all right in the corner, and it would perfectly line up. But there's no need, because again, it's behaving. So we're done with Stamparatus. Ooh, if ever you have a brand new pad and it's stiff like that, like it really is saying I'm brand new, take a clear candle or clear chapstick, rub it on the sides. Oh, that's better. Much better. Look at my lovely candle. That's like 5 years old. That's its purpose in life. Okay, so this one, oh, and then the dies. There's not too many. Linen thread. And these things are here for a reason. But I'll show you about that when we get to them. Okay, so this is the stylish shaped circle. So when you go to put the circle on, you're just like, okay, it's on there. But think, how much white do you want to show? And then after you think, ooh, that looks good, look how much you're going to cut off at the bottom. So I like it a little bit because I know that the cutting zone is the middle of the die, not the inside edge, not the outside edge. So that will help determine where I put the circle. So I'm thinking right here. And if you're like, I don't know, I'm not sure, on these you can tell there's just a little minor difference. Like this one, there's a lot of white up here. A little bit of white, a little bit, but I cut off this flower here. So however you do it, it's good. Okay, so there is that. Let's do that big stamp. This one right here. So here's my big stamp, the Timeless Tile. Isn't that beautiful? It's dirty. So because I don't have, my hands are plenty big, okay, as big as the tile, but I have a hard time grabbing a hold of it and then stamping with good, being precise. So I do it a different way. But whatever works for you is what will work. So this is Pale Papaya inked. And I'm going to put, okay, the back side has, ooh, slow cooker, Tony cooked pasta fagioli. And he printed it out on my nice paper. So I'm using it, but you won't see it. So when you go to place your white paper onto the stamp, do your best to get the paper straight on here. If you do your paper crooked, the whole card will look crooked. So I'm going to put it right near the edge. And see how this right here is pretty straight, the stamped. Like I could see that heavy line as part of the tile. It's pretty straight. And then smush it down. So I tried doing this in papaya, crumb cake, slate, granite. Went back to the first. Pale papaya. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And I'm just going to leave this dirty all month long till we're done with class, which is fine. Okay, so this didn't come out perfectly solid. If it was on Stamparatus, I might do it again, but I think it's fine. And another thing is I'm noticing I didn't put it on the stamp straight because I see that this is narrow, this is a little wider. But I'm going to pretend like I didn't notice that. Yeah. See, when you put this here, you stop noticing as much. This is the one that was already done. Okay, so this is for the label. We'll do the label in a minute because I have a few thoughts on that. We'll do the inside in a minute. Little butterflies. Where are those? Right here. Is that just the cutest, most perfect little butterfly? So let's do 3 of those. Okay, it's starting to get there. I'll put these on the inside. Okay. So let's get to the paper base. Work our way up. So navy paper, cut in half, 5.5 by 8.5. Done. Next is the crumb cake. This is the tunnel part. So we'll fold this in half. And I'll put all the paper cut sizes on my blog. And my blog is jillybling.com. Okay, fold that in half. Then fold these 2 in half again. So it will make a W or an M, whatever you're in the mood for. Here, I'll show you what it looks like in the end. And I could see that I didn't fold that perfect, but it's okay. I could see a little bit Maybe I'll try to straighten that out because I see a little edge right there. Okay, so here is the W or the M. And let's decorate this. So if you happen to stick your designer paper on the wrong side and you're like, oh my gosh, you can easily fold it back the other direction. So whichever side you put it on, it's just fine. I already did one like this. That's pretty. I kind of like that though. That's so fresh. Yeah, I don't have anything like that. Okay, that's the ticket. So, do I want the heavier one on the outside? I think the other way around. Because this has blue in it. And this background piece has blue in it, and I think that will bring it all together nice. Okay, so let's just stick these on. And it gets centered in, excuse me, in the panel with just a little bit of a border. I love that paper. Okay, I like this one too. I like all of them. Tunnel fold. I mean, you could do so much with this. If you have a stamp set with like little animals, they could be peeking through the hole. Or you could have it with a like a tree scene and have the trees in the background and then maybe a few branches over the hole. That would be fun. But because the paper, it makes it a little bit busy, I thought, keep it a little simple. Okay. And now, where's that big die? Okay, so this part here, take the die. You could have it up high if you like, or right in the middle. Let me see what I did on this one. This one is up high a little bit. I'm looking at how much of a crumb cake little border is there. This one is up high too. That one's in the middle. Okay, this one's going to be in the middle. And you notice how I have washi tape on here? I'd suggest putting the washi tape on, because one time it shifted around and I had to throw it all away. I'm making sure that this amount over here equals that. This amount equals this, because I'm trying to center this circle. You notice how I have washi tape just on the one side. I don't have it over here. Just because when you go to put this into your machine, because you've already folded the paper, it tends to want to lift, and then it loses its placement. But if you have them both on one side, it doesn't fuss at all. Okay, so here it is cut. And these little flowers, I think they're upside down, so I'll flip it over. Okay, so let's do the front and then come back and do this part. Oh, maybe I could do those little tile prints on there too. So many things to do. Sweet sorbet. Doesn't that make you want to have some sorbet? To me, I'm thinking this is like strawberry cherry flavor. Sure looks good. Okay, right in the middle. And pale papaya with the tile paper and slow cooker crock pot recipe. Okay, so Tony was saying, I'm going to cook pasta fagioli, and he was just so excited about it. But I usually don't care to eat beans, because when I eat beans, just saying, I don't like that, so I don't eat beans, which I know is no excuse for it. But he says, you don't even want it because it has beans in it, huh? I'm like, yeah. Anyhow, he made it. And when he was making it, it was smelling so good that I said, it smells like chili mac. He goes, it's kind of like chili mac. This is the little dots. I said, if you called it chili mac, I would be more interested in it rather than concentrating just on the pasta with beans. And it did have beans in it. And it wasn't thick chili, but it was so good. So now he goes, I'm going to have leftovers tonight. Would you like some chili mac? I'm like, yeah, I'll take some chili mac. Anyhow, oop, full strength. Okay, we know where the label's going to go. Okay, good for freckles. And that stamp is in the that's right here. Great words. And then look at these 4 little things. I love those little things. Okay, what am I doing? This is going to go onto here. And you notice I haven't attached this. I'm going to attach it with dimensionals because I want to wrap the ribbon around. So I like this one. So let's do it same but different. Put it like here. That one's kind of hanging over the edge. Okay, one of them I cut it off. See right here? I did that on purpose. It wasn't a mistake. Okay, so this just gets put on with regular old tape runner or glue, whatever you like. I'm going to put it right about here. Okay, that's on. So now for the words, the label. And I have hints on that. Okay, so this is paper to stamp the label on. Right here. So what color do you want the border? When you look at the samples, I have it in navy, crumb cake, succulent. Evening evergreen almost looks like navy, but these are my don't do what I did, but you're like, that looks great. And I agree, that looks great. But when you put it on here, the pale papaya next to this pale papaya, it gets lost. So I think that we need a dark border. So how about navy? Navy. Navy will do. So here's navy. And I'm going to do the words in navy too. Maybe I could do this little thing too. Okay. One thing at a time. It's a little frame. Look at that. So cute. And words. Oh, hello. And I want to put a little doot down there. So these are my choices. I have a scrolly thing, single little flower, little bunch of flower, and I kind of like that branch. I think I've used them all. Branch, swirly thing, bunch of flowers. Should I do the single flower? I think the single flower, that would be too boring, too little. If I did this one, I like that one. And that could be in all these papers, all these colors go together. Maybe crumb cake, because I haven't really represented crumb cake too much on the front. The ribbon will. You know what? All the colors go together. There's no wrong. Okay. So I'm going to punch this out. And if you're an experienced stamper, you're saying that paper's too small, perfect for stamping, but there's some things that you could do. I'll show you two methods. Making a handle. Making a handle is what the answer is. But I know that there's going to be a little border. Look at my handle. So that's what I'm going to use. Or you could make a handle with a Post-it sticky note. That would work as a handle too. Okay, let's see how that looks. I don't know if I'm going to cover up my heavy. Okay, this is looking good. Okay, so the ribbon. Oh, I like the ribbon. Oh, and one of them had that little linen thread tie in it. I like that too. Okay, so for the ribbon, take enough just so you can wrap it underneath the pale papaya paper. Pale papaya paper. Say that. I dare ya. I dare ya. Say it, say it. Pale papaya paper. Okay, and this is going to go about here. So I'm going to flip it over. Maybe it could go up a little higher. Flip it over. Now I know where I put my adhesive. And if you're saying in your head, that adhesive is not going to hold good enough, because if it comes off, that's a problem. When you put your ribbon on, do it not super tight, because we're going to cinch it with the linen thread. And if it's super tight, it will be tempting to pop these connections. So this is on here. Probably should be maybe a little looser. I think it'll be okay. So this is what the tear tape is for. Stampin' Tear In tape. So take it and get close to the edge. See how right here I'm close to the edge? Really smush it down, and that will definitely hold. So there's adhesive underneath, and now there's adhesive over holding it in place. And notice how I made it just a little bit wider than the ribbon, because if I had it just on the ribbon, it's not going to have paper to stick to, because we know it sticks to paper good. And that's going to stay there. I'll put dimensionals on this, but I'll just avoid these areas because no dimensional will stick to that. Okay, where are some regular size dimensionals? Uh-oh, running low. And I purposely didn't let the tear tape go way down to the bottom because I'm saving room for the dimensional. Okay, I'm real generous these days with dimensionals. And somehow I love that. I could put 2 more there, but that's okay. Okay, this is ready to roll. Oh, I was going to do that fancy little corner thing. I forgot. Maybe I could do it on the inside. Okay, so that goes there. This is going to go right here. I kind of cover that. And then the tie can go here. Okay, so the tie is made out of linen thread, and you don't need that much. Just like 2 inches is more than what you'll need. So come on through, linen thread. Come in the tunnel. And I want it to be right about here. And I can adjust it if when I do the knot, if it's not where I need it, I could scooch it over a little bit. And it's funny that when you do the one tie, you think, oh, that's going to jump up off of there. But for some reason, it kind of stays. Okay, there it is. Then this will go right here. Okay, so looking at that, I'm going to put dimensionals definitely on the ends, maybe in the middle. I wanted to hold it down. Well, 2 dimensionals remain, 2 of the big ones. Ooh, I have edges. I might do a few extra because I think that ribbon is going to be saying, hey, let's pop up and party. Speaking of popping up and partying, my darling daughter, she got it. She is in Southern California working for like a month, and she's going to all these parades, these parties, and started feeling bad. We're like, you have it. And I could hear it. I could hear it in her, like she was just like, yeah. I'm like, you've got it. And so Tony bet her. I bet you have it. And she's like, no, I don't. She says, I bet you. I bet you $50. A few minutes later, after we hung up, like 10 minutes later, she sent a text that said, heck. That's all she said. And then a few minutes after that came a picture of her positive test. So, sometimes I don't know how she gets away with what she does, but she is in Southern California every day going to the beach and enjoying herself all day long on the beach. What a life. Okay, bling. So does anyone have pearls that are in the green package of Days Gone By? Yeah. Gotta use them up. So I'm gonna use, thinking, big one, and then 2 medium ones. Or whatever size this is. That's so sweet. Okay. I think the front is done. This really seems like it's hanging over a lot. You know what? This one just might have to be one of those that is trimmed. Okay, so if ever you have dimensionals on something and you want them off because I want to cut it right along the line and I can't see it, don't cringe. But you could do this and it works. If you're like, what are you doing? I'm cutting halfway through all those dimensionals. But now I can do this. Okay, and you're like, well, now what are you going to do? Oh, that looks better. Okay, now what I'm going to do is stick them back together, and they'll perfectly fit right in place, right back together. Yeah. Okay, now we get to work on the inside. This Oh Hello is good, but it's almost looking a little, maybe I need a little pearl here or something. That one I put a little bling on it. Okay, just a little pearl. Right in the middle of that. Right there. That makes all the difference. Okay, stick down. Okay, so now for the inside. This time, I want to do that stamp. This stamp, the Tile 1 Navy on Navy. Here on the edge. Oh, I decorated it again. Okay. Not on the edge. This is what I was trying to do. I should have done it before. I'm not going to take it apart again. It'll be fine. Okay, so let's get to this part right here. Oh, look how nicely that goes together. Okay, so you're like, blank canvas, what do you do? So here is this. And I'm going to put adhesive, I'm going to put glue all over on this panel. Purposely close to the folded line. Woohoo! And then I'm going to lay it down in here. I'm looking at the center fold because I want those to match up. I'm looking at the bottom fold. See how that goes right there in place? And I'm looking right here. Those match up, and I'm looking at how much is here. That matches right there. Okay, before it gets too stuck, let's do this one. Glue everywhere. And then close the door. Okay, hold it just a little bit. Then we're going to open it up and make sure it looks straight. And if it doesn't completely open flat, that's okay. Okay, we're doing good. Because see, some of these, like this one, it doesn't open all the way. But that's okay, because the card makes it perfectly prop and stand up. Okay, so next is the words. So the words, see this paper here? This is for the other one. But it was this. And then I cut it out with that little die that I put somewhere. Oh, and I'll tell you about what, I'll show you my good, bad mistake. And if this doesn't work out, because sometimes it's hard to stamp when there's a crease, we could use the white. But it was larger. And then I cut it with a smaller die. And this is the one with that circle, the random circle on the inside. Isn't that cute? Okay, so let's try stamping the words, thinking of you. And I know it's not always easy to stamp over a crease, but we're going to try. I really want this one to work out. The rest of them I ended up using the white. Thinking of you, I'm going to do it just a little bit high. And I'm going to try to do it straight, because it will matter. It worked. Whew. Okay, so I'm going to put a little something down here, but this is going to go right into here. If you did your words crooked, and see how there's the crease has to go into the crease, you would really see that it's crooked. Or if you stamp your words first and then you cut second, which is what I did here, I didn't stamp in the center of the circle, and can you tell that it's a little bit here, a lot bit there? It's not good. So do your best to do it right in the center. That worked out fine. Okay, so another thing is there's designer paper on here. So if I were to put glue on this right now, these parts are not stuck down, so you need to take a few minutes to stick them down. Because I put adhesive around the perimeter of the panel, not in the center. But this is just one little extra step. Just a little bit of glue. Okay, that's going to dry. So now what should I put on the bottom of that? Just a little something right down here. So on this one I stamped it in the green. I stamped it in the green, stamped it again in white scrap and put that over the top. And that's okay. How about, where's that little, oh, I'll do that fancy scrolly thing. I'm not sure I got that straight. Okay, so how about that go into, what color? I don't want it to look Christmassy. I'll try the succulent. I don't know. All the colors go. And you know what? Again, I was going to put, I keep forgetting to do things. On the bottom corners here, I was going to do this one. Oh, well. You know hindsight. Hindsight is always clear. Huh, that looks good. It's very delicate. Okay, so I do have hints for attaching this, and that is to put adhesive just right under here and right under here, not in the center. In the center, chances are it's going to kind of pop up and bow up. But this will alleviate some of the problem. I'll show you here in just a minute. Okay, so I have glue on the back side from right here over, not in the crease. Okay, and then let's put this in the center. And I'm trying to make sure that the crease is there. Then make sure you can close it while the glue is still wet. Okay, that's good. Then open it. Is it still centered? Good. Okay, and close it. And just let it dry like that. And remember how I did not put glue in the crease, in the crack? And that's because, let me see if you could see this one. See how there's a little gap right here? There's no way to perfectly get that way down into the crack and have the card work. It just doesn't work like that. This one, same thing. There's like a little bit of a gap right here. They're all that same way. Oh my gosh, this one you could really see it. See right up there? That one you can really see it. My finger's in the way. So that's just how the things you have to do when you're doing a paper way in the crack. And this one has a gap too. Okay, so that looks good. So let's decorate it a little bit. Butterflies, of course. Those show up so nice on the pale papaya. Okay, and then I have this little stack of papers. But I have these already done. Those just cute. Where should they go? So on these other cards, I did it on the circle. That looks good. Maybe on the circle this time. Oh, the butterflies are placed cute. This one I have them placed on this circle. No butterflies here, because they're all right there. And little flowers on that. Okay, how about, because this is crumb cake, let's try putting them right over through here. Oh, that's nice. It kind of freshens up the inside. Okay. So, and because the paper is a bit busy, you don't need to decorate very much. I was trying to make this card simple. And I'm hoping it still is considered simple. It's really cute. Okay, and then the butterflies. How about down here? And don't put it in the crease, because when you close it, that will bend his little wing. Right there. Then we need to give these some pearls. So this one is going to be garbage. And keep in mind that if ever you put glue over, because I was putting glue on this to put the cutout little pink flowers on, the glue kind of reactivates and it smears, so just beware of that. Okay, pearls. So I'm going to do a big one in the middle, because that worked out so well. Oop, and I just lost my glue dot. So in the middle is a big one. These are really stuck. I'm hearing weird noises over there. Okay, and then I'm going to do a couple of little ones. Okay. And then maybe a little one in the flowers too. That's right, that's the one that had the glue on it. There's weird noises over there. I think Tony might be washing the front door. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then a couple of little ones on this butterfly. Oh, and I forgot something else. One of the butterflies, I took the linen thread and I tied it in a knot to give them antler antenna things. Let me find this one here. Just like that. I wonder, yeah, I can't get it down there. But you just tie it in a knot, stick it underneath there, put the butterfly on top, and then he has little feeler butterfly headlamps. So many things. Okay, so that is it for today's card. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks. Bye.